Hello student, you will learn today the permanent tissue. But before going to permanent tissue, I would like to share some concept on the structure of stomata. And this stomata is present on the margin of the leaves and some of the stems, that is the green stems. So the structure of stomata. Now the question is, what are the stomata? So stomata are it is the tiny pores present at the margin of leaves. So what is the structure? Stomata. Stomata are the tiny structure, the tiny pores which is present on the margin of the leaves. If it is the structure of a leaf, where we will find the structure of the stomata? This is called the margin of leaf. So this is the margin of leaf where stomata are present. If you want to take out this cells, that is called the epidermal cells. When these cells are removed from the living leaf of the plant body, you will find a structure like that. So this is the epidermal structure, and this epidermal structure is containing the embedded structure that we call the stomata. And this is the epidermal cell. You must know what is the epidermal cell and what is the epidermis tissue. This epidermal cells or epidermis tissue is the outermost protective covering of root stem of leaf, but stomata are only present on the margin of leaf and on the few green stems that also contain the stomata. So if you see the detailed structure of stomata, you will find this structure like that. Okay, these two are called guard cells. It is called stomatal pore. And apart from that, the guard cell is surrounded by few structure that we call the subsidiary cells. So it is called subsidiary cells. So this is general structure of a stomata. This stomata is open stomata. Stomata are open most of the plant in the daytime and they close during the night time. But there is exceptions of the opening of stomata and closing of stomata in the xerophytes. Xerophytes are those plants which found in the water deficient region or they found in the sandy soil. So what is the variation in that plant? The stomata of xerophytes are opened at the night time and it is closed during the daytime. This is why this is because already they are found in the xeric condition, that is the water deficient soil. So to conserve the water, their stomata are not opened during the daytime but it opens during the night time. So this is the adaptation of the xerophyte plant. Another adaptation of xerophyte plants are that the roots of xerophyte plants are very large, they are deep rooted and their stomata are little sunken. Sunken means it is dipped on the margin of the epidermis surface or epidermal surfaces. Another adaptation of xerophyte plants are that these xerophyte plants have the thick covering of the chemical substance like suberin, and it is responsible to prevent the loss of water. So this is certain adaptation in the xerophyte plants. Once again, stomata is a tiny structure which is present on the margin of leaves and they are also present on the some green stems, and the stomata is consist of to kidney cell structure, that is the kidney cell structure or bean cell structure, and the name is guard cell. Their number is 2, and there is a one opening that is called the stomatal core, and this guard cell is surrounded by some another cells that is called the subsidiary cells. So what is the function of this stomata? The function of stomata is it helps out the transpiration, it helps out in the gaseous exchange. It means it is allow the oxygen and it departure the CO2 or vice versa as per the need of the plant. So the function of stomata is exchange of gases and evaporation, that is called the transpiration process. So now let us see the permanent tissue, and the permanent tissue, that is the complex permanent tissue. That is the complex permanent tissue. Once again, I just come to the flashback. I would like to remind you that complex permanent tissues are a group of tissue, a group of cells. They are consisting of more than different kind of cells which perform different function here. And this complex permanent tissue is of two types. One is the xylem tissue and second one is the phloem tissue. And this xylem, phloem, both tissues are collectively known as vascular tissue. It is also called as vascular tissue or conductive tissue. Okay, so their name is conductive tissue because the most important function of this xylem tissue and phloem tissue is transportation of water and food. Therefore, they are called the conductive tissue or vascular tissue. Now, this xylem tissue consists of 4 types of cells, and number 1 is xylem vessels. Number 1 is xylem vessels. Number 2 is xylem parenchyma. Number 3 xylem fiber. Number 4 xylem trachea. So their component, that a component of xylem tissue is of 4 types. Xylem vessels, it is elongated. It is elongated with the pores, that is called the pit. There the minute pores are present on the margin of xylem vessels, and the function is transportation of water and mineral. Here you can see xylem trachea. Xylem trachea is also elongated but tapering in, that is the end of the structure is pointed. So it is called the tapering in. Third one is the xylem fiber. Xylem fiber, it is a elongated thread-like structure, and xylem parenchyma is the only living part of the xylem tissue, and the remaining all 3 are the dead cells. So therefore we call xylem is a dead tissue. In this food you can see that this food is made up of xylem tissue and it is dead one. So this is the structure of the xylem tissue. Now the function of xylem tissue. The most important function of xylem tissue is transportation of water and minerals only. But when the transportation of water and minerals takes place, it is always from the root to the tip of the plant, that is the leaf. So it is unidirectional. The movement of water molecules or ions or whatever the mineral dissolved in the water is moving from root to the tip of the plant. So it is unidirectional. That is like this. It is unidirectional. Now come to the structure of a phloem tissue. Second complex permanent tissue is a phloem tissue. Phloem tissue is made up of 4 types of cells, that is called the phloem parenchyma, companion cell, seed tube, and phloem parenchyma, phloem fiber. So these are the 4 different types of the cells which phloem tissue is made of. Now in the structure you can see that it is a long dome cell structure or spacious structure. This is the tip, that is terminal portion. You can see the terminal portion having some blocks like structure. That blocks like structure are called sieve plate. What do we call it? Sieve plate. Now the seed plate having some small gap, that is called seed pore. That is called seed pore. Nearby to this seed tube, actually seed tube do not have their own nucleus. So their function is regulated by these cells, that is called the companion cells. So near to the seed tube you will find the cell that is called the companion cells. Companion cells is having the nucleus, it is the nucleus, and this nucleus is important for both, that is the companion cell as well as the seed tube cell. And here you can find some living cells, that is called the phloem parenchyma, which is again I am telling it is parenchyma is the living cell. And apart from all these three, that is seed tube, companion cell and phloem fiber, all these three are the dead cell except the phloem parenchyma. The function of this phloem parenchyma is storage of some useful material in the plant's body. Now the function of this phloem is what? The function of phloem is transportation of food. So here you can see that W, X, Y. W stands for water, X, Y stands for xylem. So xylem transport water. Now food, PHOOD, food. That is PH stands for phloem, that is for food. So phloem transport food. WXY, that is water is transported by xylem, or xylem transport water. This is the function. Now the difference between xylem and phloem tissue. As I told, xylem is consists of 4 different type of cells, that is called as xylem vessels, xylem bracket, xylem parenchyma, xylem fiber. Now the phloem is consists of 4 different kind of cells, that is seed tubes, companion cells, phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma. Second function, xylem tissue transport water and minerals from root to the tip of the plants. Phloem transport food only from root to the tip or from leaf to the root side. Third difference, the water which is transported by xylem is unidirectional, that is called unidirectional. It means only one direction. Phloem transport water and phloem transport food in a bidirection, that is from upward to downward or from downward to upward. So this is the 3 differences between the phloem tissue and the xylem tissue. So this is about the permanent tissue and structure of stomata. Thanks to watching.